Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." We live in a world full of negativity. It seems like we never want other people to do better than we can. It seems like we want our friends and families to succeed, but not as much as we want to. We constantly look at other people and find out what's wrong with that person. That person's nose is too big, that person's too tall, that person's ugly, that person's not in as great shape as that other person, so therefore they lack the value or the worth that I think that they have. And it's ridiculous. The perspective that we have on life, as Marcus Aurelius said, is everything. The way we look at things, the way we look at people, the way we look at our career, the way we look at our happiness means everything. Now we can choose to look at it in a negative light, as many of us do. Again, looking at people and never quite realizing that they're trying their best, that this person is doing everything that they can to give the best that they can in this life. And the interesting thing is that we can all win. We can all succeed. We can all achieve what we want whilst everybody else in society is thriving. We constantly preach innovation, positivity, respect, love, hope. But how many of you, I really want to ask you, actually take that action? Actually look at yourself and apply what you think that other people should be doing. How many people practice what you preach? And from my experience, not many of us do. We say a lot of things and we say a bunch of crap on social media, and when we take a look at our own lives, it's very rare to find people that actually do the things that we say we want to do. We live in this world full of negative energy, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure where it comes from, to be honest with you. But what I do know is that we can change that. Every one of us can change our perspective. So I guess the question is what do we do? And the truth is, there's only one thing that we can do. It's to continue to live. We can continue to live our life the way that we feel we should. We can continue to live our life the way that we want our children to grow up. We need to lead by example. Let me ask you, if you walk around every single day trying to find the negative things that are in this life, you're probably going to find it, right? But also, at that same time, you can choose to look at all the positives. You can look at all the things that bring happiness, that bring joy, that build progression in our society. It's like if you look at somebody in the gym and they're lifting a relatively heavy weight. You can look at that person and say, oh, yeah, they got that lift, but here's all the things that were wrong in that lift. Rather than saying, hey, that was a great fucking lift. Well done on that. You completed that lift almost perfectly, but here's a couple of things that you could have adjusted to make it a little bit better. See those words that I used? Instead of going, well, your back was rounded in a deadlift and your knees were caving in and your head was in the wrong position or wherever it might be. You could say all those negative things, or you could say, hey, great lift, but here's what you could have done a little bit better. Now, the choice of words that we use on a day-to-day basis have a profoundly positive or negative impact on the people that surround us. We can change people's lives, we can change people's emotions, we can change people's days just by the words that we use. Now, if we looked at our lives and asked ourselves the honest question, am I doing everything that I can do to make other people's lives better? And we did that every single day. Just imagine how great this world would be. We were to walk around, instead of judging people and looking down upon them, actually ask them if they need help, actually give people the help or the advice that we already know that they may not necessarily know. And I think that's where a lot of things come down to. People just don't know. And most people are afraid to ask for the help that they really need. There's a quote that I love, and it goes something like this: be the change you wish to see in the world. That was said by a guy called Gandhi, which most of you have probably heard of. This change that we have needs to come from our own internal being. It needs to come from our truth, our insight. And I think this change starts with just being grateful. As crazy as that might sound, just being grateful for being alive. In a world where death happens on a day-to-day basis, being grateful for just being here is one of the most powerful things that we can experience. Looking around and being able to have fun and show love with the people that are closest to us, with our friends, our family, our children, our loved ones. That's such a powerful thing that we have within our lives and our control. Being grateful for the freedom of choice. You live in a world right now where you can choose to be anything, be anybody that you want. You can live a life where you choose to be lean. You can choose the exercise that you want to partake in. You can choose the foods that you want to consume and live a relatively healthy, lean life. You can also choose to be a little bit overweight or even chronically obese. All of the things that we experience in our lives are down to the actions that we take. I chose to exercise today, or to not. I chose to get up off my ass today and go and work out, even though I'm tired and I'm sore and I didn't sleep well. I chose that. I chose to consume the pizza that I did last night and the ice cream. I also chose the options that I'm going to have today. I chose to food prep. I chose to track my macros and calories. I chose to educate myself on those things. I chose to educate myself on the things that I want that are going to progress me in my career. Me, nobody else. Nobody else forced that information into my brain. Nobody else forced that food down my throat. I made those decisions. So when we're looking at the things to be grateful for, we need to take into account that we decide everything that's in our life. And that also comes down to the people that we surround ourselves with. When we're talking about negative energy, it comes from, yes, within, internally, we create this negativity, or at least we accept the negative energy that's in the world. We can choose the people that are in our life that create negativity or positivity. If you've got a really close family member or a really close friend, and you love them with all your heart, but you know that spending time with this person is at your detriment. You know that they pick all the insecurities that you have on you, and they talk them out loud. And you don't like that, but you don't have enough courage, or you're ashamed of your insecurities to have a conversation with that person. You can also choose not to have that person in your life. Now, I know that's going to be hard for most of you, but what I suggest you do is either cut that person out of your life, but before that is have a conversation. Ask that person why they feel that treating you that way is the right thing to do. And most people might be doing it subconsciously. They may be doing things because they might thought it was funny 10 years ago, but yeah, it's still been happening for the last 10 years because they're a close friend. It just became the norm. And we don't want that to happen. So you can choose that. You can also choose to surround yourself with more positive people. You can find people around you, you only have to open your eyes, that are on the same path as you. It might not be in the same industry, but they want to better themselves. They want to improve their lives, their health, their fitness, their careers, their business, their relationships, their mindset, whatever it might be. And you can choose to hang around with those people more. I guarantee you it's going to have a profoundly positive impact on your life. When we're looking at our mindset, yes, it's difficult. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to put that out there first. It is difficult. However, it's not impossible. You can change your mindset. You can change how you look at the world. You can look at all the disasters and all the bad things that are happening in the world, or you can look at all the positives, because there's a lot of fucking positives that are happening on this earth right now. Yes, you're going to live a life with struggle. You're going to live a life of failure, but that doesn't mean it's going to be forever. It's a moment in time. You're going to look at failure as a moment in time. It's going to happen for a period in your life. It's not going to happen forever. Success is also going to happen in your life. Positivity is also going to happen in your life. Great relationships are also going to happen in your life. Find a significant other is also going to happen in your life. You're going to be able to earn as much money as you choose to or not choose to earn. You're going to be able to travel all around this world, which wasn't even a thing a few hundred years ago. So mindset, perspective, these are super important concepts, but it's on you to be able to do something with that. You can read all the books in the world, you can listen to all the motivational speakers in the world, you can listen to this vlog right now, but none of that matters unless you take action. Now, what does that entail? It requires you to get up off your ass and go and fucking do something. As much as we want it, no one's coming to save us. No one's coming to help pick us up off the ground, take our legs and our arms and walk for us, or to do the things that we need to do. We need to actually learn to be able to overcome the obstacles that are in our own way. Life is full of obstacles, and it's only through going through those obstacles, going through that stimulus of pain, of rejection, of failure, whatever that might be. We need that internal and external stimulus in order to adapt to that stimulus, then to overcome that stimulus and therefore growth. That's where internal and external growth happens. It happens through turmoil. It happens through the difficulty of life. It doesn't happen when things are all sunshine and rainbows and things are all going really, really well. Most of the growth that you're going to achieve and the obstacles to overcome are going to happen when you're struggling. It's when you're down. It's on the days where you feel like doing nothing. It's on the days when you're tired. It's on the days where you're sore. It's on the days where you just can't be asked getting up out of bed. I urge you, please pull back the covers and get the fuck out of bed, because even that is one small win. Success is a combination of behaviors and habits. Being able to succeed every single day by doing small things day to day are going to help you succeed in your own life. So I implore you, I urge you to decide what you want from your life. In order to make that decision, you only need to ask the right question. And the question you need to ask the person is yourself. You need to figure out what the fuck you want to do. You need to figure out who the fuck you want to be and what legacy you want to create. And from then, you need to have enough courage to get up and go and do it. And don't stop until you get there, because the world needs more of that. So I want to leave you with this. You decide your outcome. You decide whether you're going to be successful in this life. You decide whether you're going to succumb to failure. Now, every single one of you is more powerful than you believe. Every single one of you has what it takes. You only need to do whatever it takes to succeed.